Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. So Bitcoin has broken out of its downward wedge, which we've been waiting for weeks now, and it's broken past $47,000, and it's a really good day in the crypto market. I'm back in the studio. I'm back in my normal setup. Apologies for the poor audio and setup while I was traveling on business. I'm now back here, comfortable and ready to show you what's going on. So let's take a look at the broader crypto landscape. You can see Bitcoin is sitting prettily at 47,106, and we're going to head into the chart shortly. Ethereum is now pumped back up to 3,200, so 9% on Bitcoin. Ethereum's up 7.8%. Cardano up nice 6%, not moving as fast. BNB's moved up 9% because that's been not had much of a run recently, so not surprised there. Solana back up 9%, as you can see. Polkadot 9%. Dogecoin 6.58. Doge has not really moved, interestingly, on Doge, and I've mentioned this a while. When it moves, it's gonna move. I've got a funny suspicion with Doge. If you can pick this up now at 21, you'll be a happy person further down the road, because it's not pumped at all these other coins have had their turn. Doge has just been chilling. It's just been sat there. Luna up another 10%, another good day yesterday after their Columbus update. Uniswap 8%, so DeFi is doing well as well. The layer ones, Avalanche, not doing as well on Avalanche, as it's like I said, it already tore up so much. I mean, on Avalanche, you're 480% up, and you're 1,700% up this year. So those that have had a run won't get as much love this time round. But Algorand is up 10%. And we're going to come onto the algo chart, because this is really great news for Algorand, because those of us who looked in the previous video, we saw that we were coming at the bottom of that wedge, and it was really precarious, and we needed a catalyst to shake us out of that trouble, and we got exactly that with Bitcoin breaking out of its downward wedge. So really exciting news. Let's take a look at the charts then. So you remember when we made this video yesterday, I spoke about this 41,615 level. I spoke about Bitcoin really holding that as a floor and saying, no, we're not going lower than that. The bulls were stepping in and saying they were really defending that 41,615 mark. And that's what started getting me thinking that, hang on a second, this downward wedge can't carry on for longer. If it does, we're going to head down to 38, which I mentioned, because if we lost that level there, we're going to head to 38. And as you saw, we got the EMA ribbon, which is what we were discussing, and this 41,000 mark was creating an almost descending triangle wedge. And the price was getting trapped in between them, right? We went up to test it first time, rejected, but the floor kept us high. Went up again, rejected, but the floor keeps us high. Go again, and then we finally got the momentum to break. We spoke about this. It held it, and then the volume spike came in, which you can see here with the volume spike, to push us through on the 4-hourly candles. And that was a massive move there. And if you come into the hourly, you will see when these things move, it moves quick. Even the hourly captures all of that in 1 hour candle. So if you're off your desk for an hour and you're a trader, this is why trading is very difficult, right? If you're trying to time your entries, you've just missed out on $3,000 or $4,000 just like that per Bitcoin, because you can't time the hour. And even if I go down to a 15-minute chart, if we look at the 15-minute chart, it's mainly, most of that uplift is in this 1 15-minute candle. So even if you're sat on your desk for a long time, you've really got to be hot at catching these pumps. So that's a really interesting point. So let me zoom back out to the 4-hourly, because there's one other point I made in yesterday's video, which was if we can break through, and we've got to stay above, firstly, the 46,317. That's the green line there. We don't want to be falling below that. And I did say we're going to meet heavy resistance at 47,850. Go check the video. That yellow line was drawn from previous resistances and support levels. And you can see we have bounced off that at a T. Look at the green candle. It got rejected on the 4-hourly candle, and we're falling back down now. We've not managed to break 47,850. We're going to need more momentum, more strength, maybe 2 or 3 attempts at this level to get above it. And that's happened before in the past. You can see here how it's acted like a strong level. Initially, we struggled here to break that as well. Okay, but now we're outside of the wedge. Hopefully, we can get this as a breakout. Don't be surprised when you have a breakout. Don't be surprised if you get what's called a retest. Okay, so we're going to come back, test the wedge, and this is a critical moment because you want it to bounce up and take the momentum higher. Okay, that's what we're looking for on the retest. Now, of course, you have to be prepared for this coming back into the channel. Okay, so you need to be prepared for that. Don't be alarmed if you come back for a test and then head back up, maybe come back again, head back up. That's what you want. But these will have to be higher lows. Okay, you have to be creating higher lows in order to build the momentum to head higher. That's very important, guys. Okay, so that's Bitcoin in the wider market, and this has really given room for all the altcoins to run. And I've said this, whenever covering these altcoins, I always mention that you need this catalyst to make them run. If we look down the list, you can see everything is running. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum. You can see similarly for Ethereum, back above the EMA ribbon and nice and bullish now on the 4-hourly chart. Let's go straight to ALGORAND without any further delay, because I know a lot of you guys are here for ALGORAND. Now, we've spoken extensively about this wedge and we finally got our breakout, but not in the direction we were expecting. I mean, when we were precariously low here, we were really wobbling on the bottom of this wedge, right? And it was really bearish. And I mentioned that, guys, we need to be prepared for $1.46 ALGORAND, and if we lose that level, down to $1.33. Okay, so we had to be prepared for that from a technical setup. But like I always say, if Bitcoin moves, it will nullify these technical patterns and you can head out. So we got a boost from the bottom straight to the top of the wedge, and we're getting a breakout now out of this wedge. A breakout to the upside gives you a technical target, which I've mentioned before, of $2.03 at the top of this wedge here. But then your next measured move can even take you to $2.23. So those are the two levels I'm looking at on this level. I'm looking at $2.05 first, which would beat this previous high. And then I'm looking at the $2.23 mark on the long side. Again, let's not be surprised if we see a retest coming back down, touching the wedge and going higher. That shouldn't be of concern. We can come down, particularly because the apex of this wedge ties in with the $1.64 support resistance level as well. Okay, so I would not be surprised to seeing some sort of retest back here before heading higher. But really good news for ALGORAND that we've managed to defend the floor of this level, and this is really important. When you hear me talking about coins, you will see me talking about defending of a level, because a lot of people are talking about higher price levels, but sometimes we just need to recalibrate and be happy that the bulls did not let ALGORAND go below $1.56. So now in my head, if I see ALGORAND at $1.56 or there or thereabouts, I know that's a value which we've defended, right? It's worth that much to the market because the market didn't let it fall, even during a downtrend, didn't let it fall below that. So that's great news for ALGORAND that we managed to get this floor. No different how we got the $41,000 floor at Bitcoin. That's the new status quo now. The bulls did not let it fall below 41,000 this time. We were worried, are we going to see 38 again? And then if we lost 38, where we were going to head down to? But the bulls proved themselves, picked it up at 41, and we're sitting at 47, and they've got to break the 47,850 mark on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at COTI, because COTI's moved in the opposite direction. Okay, now you remember I mentioned we're in a bit of a triangle, and we're still in this triangle. We've had the trend line from the bottom here, along with the resistance, at 66 cents, which we've not managed to beat. One attempt, half attempt there, and another attempt there, getting rejected each time. But you can see very importantly, we're creating what's called higher lows, right? So this low, and a bit higher here, and a bit higher here. Okay, so these higher lows are pushing us up. It means we're in an uptrend. Okay, so that's the good news here. We should see a bounce from here and go and test this 66 mark here. Now, my concern from a fundamental point of view is, why is COTI down? I'll need to look into why are they down today when everything else is running. You can see on the right hand side here, why is COTI in the red when pretty much everything else is running pretty comfortably in terms of crypto? So that's that for COTI. They've got good fundamentals. We know that we're kind of trending up here, and I want to see a good bounce off this white line here, a bounce around the 58, 59 cents mark, head back to this line, test it again, and that this time it'll be the third proper test of this 66 cent mark, and hopefully we can get some volume through to break out, considering the wider market is doing well. So COTI and ADA are kind of underachieving right now, but I'm not surprised given the event, given the hype around it, and a bit of buy the rumor, sell the news on these coins. So there's no surprise that they're not running as quickly as some of the others. So this is Cardano. Let's look at Cardano. What levels are we seeing on Cardano? So what we can see with Cardano is we managed to break above the $2.20 mark, but then we've fallen back out of this as well. So we've just got a bit of rejection, here. So it needs to hold that level. We can't fall back below $2.20 as that wouldn't be so bullish, particularly given the whole market is running up. But ultimately, again, a similar pattern. It needs to stay above its EMA ribbon. You can see here we've managed to tick above it now on the EMA ribbon for Cardano, and we want to see us stay above this so we can maintain a bullish nature. But you can see here the last time we did that, we got sent back down. above it now briefly, only for, you know, 2 candles really, and that one being red. But it needs to start getting some momentum and pushing higher now. Not too sure why Cardano isn't moving, given that Bitcoin is up 7%, Cardano is only up 4%. I think a lot of this has to do with Cardano getting a lot of hype already around the Cardano summit, and therefore people have kind of are a bit bored of trading that right now. So there you go, guys. There's an update on the market. You can see the clear runners, Bitcoin's having a lovely day at 7% up. We saw Plan B's targets. He said Bitcoin will close September above 43K. He was absolutely right. And that's the second time he's got his predictions right. He got it right in August, got it right in September. And we'll have to see how he does in October. But overall, the market's doing well. We can see from a fundamental point of view, nothing has changed to the downside. We've had, you know, good news. Jerome Powell has said clearly in Senate, he didn't say he's going to ban cryptocurrencies. That's good affirmation for anybody on the fence. We keep hearing rumors of an ETF. Are we going to see one? These are all the things that, you know, are important. So now is a good time for, you know, it's a difficult one because I know how investors think. They were scared when things were in the red, and I was imploring everybody to, you know, if you have high conviction, you should be buying, right? But now I know what's going to happen. As soon as this pump happens, people start buying, and you know, I don't want anybody in my community FOMOing in like this. You had plenty of time here to be accumulating, and if you accumulate in these patterns, that's when you win. When this now triggers up back to all-time highs, and I think that's the thing now. So if you're seeing things kind of, you know, all green, that should be a time for you to sit back and enjoy. When it's red, you need to grit your teeth and you need to reaffirm your affirmations around why you have high conviction in a certain asset and try buying at a low cost basis wherever possible. So there you have it, guys. Algorand, a nice breakout. Want to see the Algorand token continue to break out from this wedge. Really happy that that's broken to the upside. What we want to see next is, just for those who are monitoring this, you want to make sure that if we do get a retest down, we don't lose the $1.64 mark, okay? So if we do come down, it's not a concern, as long as we don't lose this $1.64 mark. And to the upside, if we can build above the $1.79 mark, that would be strong. So if you can see here, we got rejected on this 4-hourly candle, but if we can build above here and kind of trade around here and then try work higher to $1.13, that's what we want to see over here, okay, guys? So either way, if we come down here, we don't want to lose this mark, you want to build up. We don't want to lose this level at $1.64. Really important for Algorand. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this type of content, as always, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. If you want technical analysis on any other coins, please don't forget to let me know in the comments, and I can spend some time analyzing your favorite coins. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.